Hey Pisces, how are we today? Just doing our weekly readings. This week we are doing a love reading. Firstly, sort of looking at your energy. We will also just be sort of looking at some general sort of stuff, but also your person's energy towards you as well. So whether this is a past person, a current person, or a future person you may not have even met, we will be looking at that energy, okay? But I will let everyone know that if you do leave a comment on one of my videos, you will go in the draw for a free personal reading. We'll be drawing that when we hit our first 100 subscribers. So getting really close, guys. So make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate the support. But today we are going to be using the Gilded Reverie Lenormand. I also have two oracle decks. I have the Voice of the Souls Oracle as well as the Lovers Oracle deck. Okay, those beautiful heart-shaped cards, which are crazy to shuffle, guys. But getting into it for you today, Pisces, firstly, we're going to look at your current energy towards love. Okay, Pisces, current energy towards love, please. Very interesting energy, Pisces. We firstly we do have the bridge energy, which is one of the new cards to this extended deck. It is an added card in this extended deck, and it has come out with the Tower. Okay, so this is all about your current energy towards love. Is you're kind of bridging at the moment, so you're bridging the past. We do have the past represented by that Tower. We're sort of bridging that gap as to assimilating the past love energies into the future love energy for yourself there, Pisces. So probably still dealing with some things, relics of the past, so to speak, with that Tower card, but really starting to bridge that gap for yourself with, assimilating those things into your energy and moving forward. The bridge is kind of crossing the road from the past into the future. All right, so we do see you in this lovely bridge energy where you are sort of taking on board things that have happened in the past. You've probably recently been spending a lot of time to yourself. It is the card of sort of solitude and whatnot. So really using that information that you have sort of learnt while you've been up there in your tower by yourself, in some solitude, thinking heavily about things that have happened for you when it comes to love, and really starting to walk that path, moving forward from the past into the future. Okay, so this bridging energy is exactly sort of the energy we do want to see, where you are sort of starting to, I'm not feeling you're the whole way across that bridge as of yet. It's kind of that I'll cross that bridge when I come to it kind of energy, but you are slowly starting to take those first little steps across that bridge into, focusing on new energy and current energy when it comes to love. Really bridging the gap also between things, that may have caused you pain in the past, and bridging that gap within yourself, whatever the gap is that energy has left within you, really starting to sort of bridge that gap. And I'm kind of getting, for some of you, we may be sort of ready to run across this bridge and then burn it down, so that you burn those bridges, sort of, so to speak, from the past. So really sort of starting to move away from anything that's happened for you in the past when it comes to love. So that's always a positive kind of energy. Just don't look down, Pisces. Just keep moving forwards and don't look down, all right? But we'll have a look here with the Voice of the Souls, if there's anything that wants to sort of jump on out that you need to know about love in general. Okay, what does Pisces need to know about love, please? What does Pisces need to know about love at this moment? This moment, of course, being whenever you're watching the video, it is pretty timeless here. All right, what does Pisces need to know, please? Yeah, definitely. So we have the learning card coming out for you, Pisces. So yeah, you're learning how to cross that bridge. You're learning how to move forward. So that's the main thing, is learning, using the past to learn from those experiences, and really consolidate within yourself of, I've had this experience in the past. I don't want to have that same experience again. What can I learn from that experience to avoid having that happen in the future as well? So really, like I said, consolidating the things that have happened for you in the past, and really starting to use those as a learning experience for yourself as to, what bridges are you willing to burn from the past, and what bridges do you actually want to cross and walk into the future with, those bridges sort of intact. Okay, so really sort of learning a little bit more about the idea of love for you, Pisces, and what that means to you. All right, and we do also have the guide card coming through. So this does let us know that there may be somebody around you, physically in your energy, who can be sort of like a bit of a mentor for you at this time, a bit of a physical guide as to, seeing how that person has dealt with certain issues in their past and moved forward from those issues, how they've used, how they've learned their lessons, I suppose. But also, very, very strongly relying on your own guides, on a more spiritual sense as well. So, asking for a guide at this time to help you understand what you do need to learn about love. All right, but I do feel that for some of you, this is definitely a physical person in your world, where they may actually be sort of giving you some advice, some sort of mentorship, some guide, being a bit of a tour guide, and showing you through their own past and their own lessons that they have learned, and really guiding you towards how you can learn those lessons for yourself as well. Because I feel as though this is probably someone who's been through some very similar things as to what you have been through, Pisces, and they're sort of willing to take your hand and guide you to the next step. Okay, so it's like that, someone walking beside you on that bridge, and helping you move forward. But for others of you, this is definitely just that spiritual sort of guide coming through. So asking for help if you need it. Okay, whether that be, in a spiritual sense, or somebody actually in your life who you recognize has sort of had similar experiences and may be able to guide you on how to approach this learning when it comes to the things that you want to achieve with love and move forwards with love. All right, so very interesting, Pisces. Okay, but we'll have a look at what's coming in for you, Pisces, in the near future with love. Okay, what's going on for Pisces in the near future with love? A lot of water energy coming through, Pisces. We do have the, it is technically the Aquarius card, but I always associate this with Pisces. This is the fish, okay? So what's coming towards you in love is, abundance, a wealth of love headed your way. There's probably lots of little fishies in the sea for you at the moment, Pisces. Lots of options when it comes to love. I feel like, Pisces, that, you maybe sort of looking at some of these options and just not really sure which way to go, or if you want to take any of these options at the moment. But there is definitely options around you, and with this particular card, that is the card of abundance and financial sort of stuff as well. So at least one of these options may be, financially doing pretty well. They may actually be a wealthy person, but that's just for a couple of you, I feel. But majority of you, this is just looking at the options around you at the moment, that there is options around you in the near future when it comes to love. I'm just sort of intuitively getting, though, that a lot of you, Pisces, you're so focused on this learning and crossing these bridges that you don't really care what, what's under that bridge, how many fish are swimming around underneath that bridge. You're just crossing that bridge, and it's kind of that, I'll cross that bridge when I get to it kind of vibe with these fish. Like, I'm not at that point yet where I want to, even look at these little fishies, but they are there, okay, swimming around in your energy. Now, we also do have another water sign card. This is the Cancer card here of the moon, which is all about emotional sensitivity and following your intuition, all right? So really following your intuition when it comes to crossing those bridges in the near future. But just be wary that there may be some sort of emotional sensitivities that are sort of creeping up on you here and there, Pisces. We do have that tower at the start of your reading today, so that does sort of show us that there are still some things from the past that you may be sort of having emotional moments over those particular things when they do sort of pop up for you. A lot of the time we have to deal with the same thing repeatedly before being able to fully move on and learn the lesson from that sort of energy. But ultimately, I do feel that this is you sort of a bit of a reminder to you to follow your intuition, Pisces, because following your intuition and focusing on getting across that bridge is what I sort of feel is necessary for you at the moment, Pisces. To don't allow your emotions to take control. Just follow your heart and what your heart's really telling you. Okay, rather than allowing negative emotions to sort of take over. All right. Especially with this particular card here, we do have one of the other extended to this deck cards, which is the maze. Okay, so kind of similar to the garden card when it does talk about getting out and about and spending time outdoors, so that may be useful to some of you. But really the maze, the hedge maze, it really is talking about really sort of not being sure which direction to take, whether you should sort of go left or right, forwards or backwards. It's kind of just sort of a little bit of lost and confused type energy, where you're sort of finding yourself in the middle of this maze, probably emotionally. All right, so with that moon card there, your emotions probably do feel a bit like a maze that you can't escape at this current time, which is totally normal and okay to be like that. It's why I'm sort of saying be careful not to let those emotions take control, because if you use your intuition, you'll know which direction to go. And the interesting thing about the hedge maze is a lot of people don't realize that there is another option. You don't need to go left, right, forwards, or backwards. You can just climb up over the hedges and find your way to the center. All right, there is always other options, is something I always sort of want to say with this maze card. But it's kind of finding those other options, even if it just means barreling your way through the hedges and breaking free of constraint, so to speak. But I do feel, Pisces, that this is just talking about you just sort of being a little bit lost in emotion here and there when in the near future when it comes to love. So, just be careful of that and not allowing that to sort of take control of you too much. And just remember that, even if you turn left, you can always come back and turn right if you need to. All right, as long as we're sort of trying our best to move forward and focus on the end goal in the center there, you will eventually get there. It may just there may be a little bit of a twisty turn to you may have to go back and double back a few times to get there, but that's totally fine. All right, but we'll have a look for you, Pisces, at your person's energy towards you. Like I said at the start, it may be a past person, it may be a current person, but it may also be a future person that you may not have even met yet. But we're going to have a look at your person's energy toward you. Okay, Pisces. What is Pisces person's energy towards Pisces? I feel like I've been getting this card quite a lot for you, Pisces, lately. I'll just grab you one of these Voice of the Soul, Oracle as well. Pisces person. Okay, so I feel like this may there's no clear showing me whether this is the past person or not. I am just sort of intuitively sort of feeling that it may be connected to this past energy we saw at the start there. We do have the fox first and foremost. Okay, so we're looking at somebody who, they think they're quite clever. They say what they think you want to hear. It can be a little bit of player type energy. You know, this energy, I'm feeling it's more the negative sides of the fox today with this particular energy. I can't quite recall what we've talked about with because I know I have drawn the fox for Pisces, I feel like a fair bit recently, but this particular fox that we're looking at today, that is sort of that player energy, that someone who thinks they're being quite charming and clever and saying, the right thing here to you, but they are very, very emotionally guarded, and I am feeling that they are sort of very, the fox energy is usually something very independent and focused on their own survival. So I am getting strongly that they are sort of only focused on their own self and what they sort of want and need. So that's why they're sort of saying what they think you want to hear rather than necessarily, the full truth, because they are sort of trying to serve themselves rather than serve a connection or serve you equally. It's kind of giving me that self-serving kind of behaviors come through with that today, that fox, especially with the bear energy there too, because the bear can actually be talking about, there is a bit of a progression here, okay, because we've got number 14 is the fox, number 14, and then the bear is actually number 15, okay, so we may be sort of seeing someone who is, they have been in this fox energy and they're now moving more into the bear energy, but I feel like for a lot of these people, they are, kind of encompassing both, and the bear is kind of their reasoning as to why they are behaving like fox like, crafty, tricky, that kind of energy, that player energy. They think that they're standing in their own power. They think that they are protecting themselves. They're quite guarded against their true feelings. That's why they're saying what they think you want to hear rather than, the truth of what's under the surface here. We do have the polar bear here, and you can kind of see he's swimming through the water. So, this is under the surface, and there's still quite a lot of him under the surface, and he's only sort of letting you see what he's got out on guard. Okay, the bear is very guarded kind of energy in this with the fox. It's definitely someone who's quite guarded against their true feelings. There's kind of still stuff hidden under the surface with this person. I do also feel that when we're seeing the fox and the bear together, it can talk about somebody who is, we do see strong and powerful as keywords with the bear, but with that fox energy, it sometimes can push someone into, where they're overprotective, they're defensive, and they also, that strength and power can come through a little bit as aggression as well. So I am just feeling, that this past energy, I feel like it's a past energy here, Pisces, someone that you have dealt with in the past. And that's why we're sort of, focusing on this learning and moving ahead from that, bridging what's happened in the past with this person and understanding that, they are only sort of, they're guarding themselves so highly, and they're very defensive against their true selves. They're only serving themselves kind of energy. But we also have the karma card has come out for this person as well. All right. So, I feel as though, they are going to soon probably be receiving their karma for being in this energy, and the best possible outcome for them at this time is if they can actually, find the positive sides of the fox and the bear energy and actually be, strong and powerful in a positive sense, and, be clever in a actual positive sense, that it's not, not because I'm feeling that it's shifted into negativity. So there is definitely some karma. This person is going to start having to deal with karma. I feel as though there may have, been a bit of a history between you and this person, Pisces, and there is some karma that this person is having to face when it comes to love, and possibly the way that they have treated you in the past is kind of what I'm intuitively feeling there. Now, in all the other readings, when I've been drawing the love oracle, the lover's oracle, I have been drawing it in regard to your person, but I don't actually want to do that with this person today, Pisces. That energy, like I did say, it is erring on the more negative side of things. So I will sort of ask to focus on new love energy coming in for you, Pisces. All right. So new love energy for Pisces, please. New love energy for Pisces. One more. New love energy for Pisces. Okay. And one's flown across the room there, so I'll just have to find that. Okay, so firstly we have this card here, which does say only time will tell. All right, so Spirit being a little bit hidden when it comes to new love energy coming in for you, saying only time will tell. I feel as though it's telling us that because, it's dependent on you, going through this process of walking over those bridges and learning the lessons that you have needed to learn when it comes to love, and getting yourself out of that hedge maze as well, making sure we're not, finding ourselves lost in emotion too much in the near future. We also have manifesting miracles. Okay, that says your dream is soon to become reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. Okay, Pisces. So, like I did say with that moon energy, following your intuition, following your heart. And when it does say, manifesting miracles, your dream is soon to become reality. Part of your dreams becoming reality and manifesting miracles for yourself, Pisces, is being very clear about what we want that dream to look like when it comes to, our physical world, our physical life. What is it that you are dreaming for when it comes to love? Because you are at a point where, you are going to be able to manifest that and make that come into reality for yourself there. So make sure that when you do sort of cross those bridges and you are ready to allow somebody in, make sure you are being very clear about, what it is that you are dreaming for or wishing for when it comes to love. Okay, Pisces? Well, that's what I have for you today. I hope that resonated. Let me know in the comments. Obviously, always more than welcome to check your other placements, but hopefully I will see you all again soon.